It's officially Madden 24 reveal day. We've got some covers to look at, we've got a trailer, and we've got some information about gameplay, franchise mode, career mode, and more. We're going to dive into all of that, but make sure to subscribe with the bell icon on because we're going to be dropping a ton of Madden 24 news for the next few weeks. Even some exclusive gameplay will be coming at some point, so you don't want to miss out on that. So we're going to dive into this trailer first, then we'll come back here and talk about all the other information that you need to know.
I was made for this. And now I'm rebuilt and rewired. With teammates who have my back, just like I have theirs. So when I hit, cut, and scramble, my intentions are felt.
I ain't playing with you.
When it's time to show down, I show them how it's done.
I ain't playing by the rules.
Off the cuff and on the run.
Show you what these hands are doing.
Cause making plays is the name of the game, baby. No matter how big or small the stage is. I write the script and I'm the star.
Show you what these hands are doing. I ain't playing with you. I'ma show you what these hands are doing.
Now, as most of you know by now, Josh Allen is the official cover athlete. Some of you have already seen the standard cover, but what I think is really cool is the deluxe cover because it actually features Bills Mafia, the first time that a fan base has ever been front and center on the cover, so I think that was a pretty cool way to pay tribute to one of the most passionate fan bases in the NFL. Now, we definitely saw some interesting things in that trailer, a bunch of new animations for tackling, for passing. They left some other breadcrumbs in there as well. I'm going to do a deeper breakdown on the trailer and some things that you may have missed a little bit later on, but keep in mind, the first day trailer, that's really not how the game is going to look when we're playing it. It's a lot of cinematic up-close shots. It's just meant to hype you up. The real info for the game starts coming a little bit later on when they do their deep dives into gameplay and franchise and stuff like that. But today we do have some of the bullet point information about what you can expect, and it's some pretty big information in my opinion. So first we're going to start with gameplay. Here's what we know so far. Hit Everything 2.0. Hit Everything expands with new contested catch tackle types that provide more control and tackle variety on defense. Tackle animations are selected more dynamically, which unlocks new and more fluid tackle animations like wrap and scoop tackles, which we saw some of those in the trailer. I got to play the game for a little bit as well, and you're definitely going to see a lot of new tackle animations this year, or situations where, you know, a smaller guy is going to tackle at the legs instead of trying to tackle up high, and when bigger guys are going to scoop tackle you or just completely drive you backwards because they outweigh you by a lot, which makes the game look a lot more realistic. Skill-based passing 2.0. Dive for a winning one-hander with improved catching AI, thread the needle with surgical accuracy using new throw animations, and anticipate more authentic defense reactions with enhanced DB behavior introduced in skill-based passing 2.0. This doesn't really explain too much about what the new passing system is like. It's really just building off of what they did last year, but I will say one thing that is very noticeable this year and a lot better is how receivers catch in stride. They don't do that slow down and like chop their feet when they're going to catch the ball. They will catch the ball out in front or in stride way more often, and it just makes the game not only look better, but it allows you to get the big plays in situations where you're supposed to, rather than kind of stopping and getting suction tackled and just completely ruining the play. AI enhancements. Smarter AI enables smoother and more realistic player action and reaction to the plays you call, providing more confidence your AI teammates will execute your game plan the way you intend. QB awareness and behavior, ball carrier AI and pathfinding, blocking AI and open field targeting, DB awareness and pass coverage, post-play emotion enhancements. All these things right here actually make a pretty big difference. For example, running backs, if you notice in Madden, a lot of times they will completely ignore the hole they're supposed to run through and just run right into a pile of traffic. From what I saw, they don't really do that too much anymore. The blocking AI mostly on run plays is definitely better this year. I won't say so much for pass plays because that I really didn't notice, but on run plays, they actually block a lot better than they did in years past. They peel off of the double team and get to the next guy. Also, the post-play emotion enhancements is one of the smaller but cooler things in my opinion, because in between each play, you actually see a lot of new scenes that make sense where the players are showing emotion and doing things that make sense to what is happening on the field and what just happened in the past play, instead of just kind of seeing guys mindlessly walk around after the play and maybe one guy celebrating. You kind of get more people in on the action. There's a whole bunch of different new scenes here, and really what it does is it just makes the game feel fresh. It doesn't make it feel like you're playing the same game and seeing the same few post-play animations that you've seen for years. It's actually one of the smaller but really great things about this game in my opinion. Franchise mode. I know a lot of you have been waiting for this, and we saw a little breadcrumb in the trailer here. Set the stage to be Super Bowl powerhouse. You've got some exciting updates to franchise mode that are only available on PS5, Xbox Series X/S, and the PC version, such as upgrade your team with fan favorite mini games returning to Madden NFL 24. Test your skills with dozens of new mini games, including moving obstacles and destructible targets in franchise training camp or weekly strategy. Utilize a streamlined team relocation feature with new cities, logos, and uniforms to create your own franchise story. Build your future using Free Agency 2.0 by restructuring contracts and making counter offers to cornerstone players. Acquire and retain superstars using 50 new unique draft generators, new trade logic tuning, 6 trade slots, and new talent trees for coaches. Use new commissioner tools to customize your experience in online and offline connected leagues. Now, of course, they're going to go much deeper on this stuff and talk about some of the other smaller things that are coming for franchise at a later date, but this just gives you an idea. Mini games are back. They're super fun to play. It's probably my favorite thing that's coming back to the game. If you know me, I've been talking about this for years, but they're fun to play. The 6 trade slots are pretty important. People have been asking about that for years. The new contract restructuring is super important, and they're finally updating the relocation stuff. I'd like to see them add create a team back eventually, but at least for now, they're updating relocation. So they're definitely locked in on franchise and doing some good things this year. Now let's talk about some other things in the game. Mini games. Mini games are also playable from the main menu and are a great way to have fun on the couch while learning how to master Madden NFL 24. With dozens of new mini games available at launch, fans will have a variety of high scores to set across offense, defense, and special teams. Now, of course, they're bringing this back from the PS2 days, but they're way better than they used to be. They look way better, number one, but number two, they added like 25 of them, and I believe back in the day, I mean, they didn't have 25, so they definitely added a lot of new ones, but brought back some of the fan favorite ones that you would expect as well. Superstar the League. Achieve greatness in your NFL career with game-changing control thanks to Field Sense. Customize your avatar and build your legacy, progressing from the combine to draft pick to 99 overall. Navigate all new mini games and live player grading across a variety of positions. So Superstar mode is also back. I've been talking about this for years. I knew it was going to happen eventually. It's here. No more face of the franchise, although I'll say this looks more like a bridge from face of the franchise to Superstar. I don't think it's the true old school Superstar yet. It's kind of a mesh between the two, but this is definitely way better than what face of the franchise has been, and they're calling it Superstar for a reason, because they know it's definitely better than what face of the franchise was. Superstar Showdown. Show off and show out in this all-new atmosphere. Progress your avatar and play with and against friends in a 3v3 matchup. Call your plays on the fly like a dominant superstar. Get real-time player grading and do it in style sporting the hottest gear in the game. So I believe this is kind of just like the evolution of the yard. It's now Superstar Showdown. It's 3v3. There's no AI teammates. It's all user versus user. Who can be the best user? So I think kind of a better way to integrate this with Superstar than what the yard actually was, because there was too much AI and it just didn't really feel as organic as I think this will feel, but only time will tell. And yes, the game officially does have crossplay, and they put out some info on this. Number one being that crossplay can be turned off if you choose to on your console, which is a good thing because some people don't want to have crossplay enabled. Crossplay will only be available for PC, PlayStation 5, and the Xbox Series X/S. So if you're on the older gen, crossplay is not going to be there. Crossplay will support head-to-head, Madden Ultimate Team, Superstar KO, and Superstar Showdown. But one key important thing to note here is the Ultimate Team auction house will not be currently shared across platforms, meaning you will not be able to trade or use coins to get items from users on other platforms. You can use crossplay to match up in head-to-head, but the auction houses will not be shared, and I believe the reason for that is probably because they know people would bot the auction house and would just completely destroy the game. And here is the pre-order information for the standard versus the deluxe. As usual, the deluxe is mostly going to be Ultimate Team related, but you do get to play the game 3 days early. That's really the biggest selling point of the deluxe edition for me. So if you want to play the game 3 days early, you get the deluxe. If you don't play MUT and you don't care about playing 3 days early, then there's no reason to spend extra for it, just to be honest with you. Now, I'm going to have a ton of videos coming literally every day breaking down this game and giving you more exclusive info, so make sure to subscribe with the bell icon on, and I'll see you guys on the next one.